Hey everyone, I hope you're all keeping warm. Today I would love to chat with you if you're experiencing pain or do from time to time, or perhaps you are aware and you notice that you have movement patterns that don't serve you, like when you're seated, your posture, when you're standing, maybe you get pain or niggles, or maybe when you're walking or running, you notice that your gait's slightly out. In order to change these patterns, there's two things that we need, and we need them in combination with one another. And sometimes we have one without the other. The two things are sensory input and function. So, what sensory input? An example of this is anything that causes your body to feel a sensation. So, it could be like you're on a foam roller, or you go and get a massage, or you go to the chiro. This is all novel sensory input that your body experiences a changed sensation as a result of. And usually, when we do these activities, or therapies or treatments, we feel pretty good, but often the good sensation is short-lived. So enter function. Function is very important to combine with sensory input if you want the result to be long-lasting. So an example of adding function is now I'm working with clients with structural integration, which is a form of body work where when the client is on the table, while I'm palpating the fascial tissues, the client is moving. So it's a sensory input combined with function. The function is the movement, and this helps the treatment to be better integrated into everyday function, so that the results or the influence of the treatment can be more long lasting. The reason that this works is because neuroplasticity, help if I can say it right, in the brain happens a lot more efficiently when we add function to sensory input. The reason that this is the case is because the brain makes an association with the sensory input, and it makes it easier for that part of the brain to recall the good sensations basically that happened as a result of the sensory input. But let's use an example where we're working to create positive change in the body. So an example of that might be if you were to come and work with a functional movement practitioner like myself to correct movement patterns that potentially aren't serving you. Sometimes we don't know when movement patterns aren't serving us. We've just been doing things for such a long time that we don't really know what it is that's causing our pain. This was me for many years as well. I had issues with my back since I was about 12 and saw many different practitioners, and never really could pinpoint why my pain was there sometimes and not other times. And over the years, what I've learnt is that, yes, there are many amazing practitioners out there, but unless I take an active role in addressing my body issues, then as good as I might feel as a result of a session with a practitioner, the results are not going to be long lasting unless I have actively contributed during the session. For example, moving my body, or like understanding the process as well. So a client that I had recently, an example of the sensory input in that particular session was we were helping the body to move in ways that it hadn't for some time, associated with a function of walking up the stairs. Pretty basic function, but the way that this client had been walking up the stairs on a day-to-day basis over the last 20 years was actually contributing to a lot of pain in her hip. So what we did was help her to put some new information into the system to help her to realize where she was, her weight was distributed while she was walking up the stairs, how her pelvis was situated above her feet, how she was driving through the feet, through the first metatarsal head. Previously, she wasn't, and so helping her to do that and to create adequate extension in her big toe, especially on one foot, that hadn't been there for some time. So we're giving the system new information, so sensory input, combining it with function, something that she does day to day, so that then when she does these things on a day-to-day basis, which are the things that contribute to how you feel in your body and how your body aligns itself, then the results of the actual work that she's doing can be integrated and can be long lasting in terms of reducing her pain, and improving her movement function and efficiency over the long term. So I hope that makes some kind of sense. I'd love to chat with you if you would like to discuss any of your kind of pain history or treatment history, or if you've had a similar experience to me where you've sort of seen maybe multiple different practitioners, had short-lived results, but not really kind of being able to understand why the pain keeps coming back. I've had lots of experience, as I just mentioned, with this personally, and also with clients, quite a few clients who come and see me who have seen multiple people, and then I think it's quite simple. It's just by putting you back in touch with your own body and actually heightening that awareness of how you're moving and conducting yourself through everyday activities. It doesn't have to be anything too complex, but it's those things, as I said, that we do on a day-to-day basis, how you sleep, how you sit, how you stand, how you walk, that really make the difference. So yeah, thanks for listening, and do get in touch if you would like to discuss anything further.